Good afternoon. It's August 16th, 2023. This is Sean Childs, the high stakes fantasy baseball and football analyst. I've been writing in the high stakes market for, since around 2012, at least getting paid for it. Play in the high end fantasy baseball market, and I do play daily games, mostly for football. I do play a little golf and some baseball sometimes, but gets a little run over for the baseball. It's a lot of work, and when you're writing, it kind of overlaps and makes the day long. So anyways, I started in the beginning of May. I started writing fantasy content after I was put to pasture by Sports Illustrated. My content actually shows up at Fulltime Fantasy as well. They cleared the path for me to get a job for 5 or 6 years, and kind of got me to Sports Illustrated, but they have to rebuild their subscribers, so I'm helping them do that. At the same time, my son directed me to give it a shot at Substack to try to build an audience as well. Hopefully this can pan out over the next couple of years where this is viable to support the time that I put in, and make it to finish off my writing career in fantasy baseball and football. But anyways, I thought I would show there's a lot of content, and what you can see is if you sign up. So I'm going to add the screen here, and what you can see is that on the home tab, if whatever I write for content that you will get once you're a subscriber, you will get an email. And when you get the email, it says whatever the article, and some articles will be paid and some will be free. But anyways, when you get the article, if you're not going to the Substack page, you're kind of missing out on a big opportunity, at least to catch up on some of the other articles and tie all the documents, especially if you're a subscriber, after the date. But if you click on my picture, it should bring you to the site, and the site will always have this kind of a light green color. And if you're getting an email, it will be in white. So if you're on the main navigation page, here is my title here, but then the home page is going to show whatever articles I've done, and you can see them all here, and it goes all the way back to May. And at the first page of it, of the home section, on the right hand side, I did the 32 outlooks for all teams this year. So on the right hand side, if you wanted to look at any information or catch up on any team and get a feel for what's going on, they're all there. In addition, I added at the top, 2023 NFL team previews, and that was just a second avenue for for people to get a look at. So that's all through there, and it goes all the way down. Pretty much they were written over a 2-month period, and they have a lot of information about the overall depth charts, structure of the offense, coaching, what the team has done in the past. Then once I completed that, I started adding the football content of, how do these players come in? And so I have a series of articles of, breakout team, a little bit about some daily game stuff, best ball content, top 5 breakout wide receivers, value quarterbacks, sleeper running backs, some videos that I've done, with, East Coast sports investors to talk about fantasy football, some props. And I did a series of articles of fantasy target points, which kind of profile what you need when you see a player. Like if I draft him, what kind of player is he? Is he really a wide receiver 3, or he has the potential to be a wide receiver 2, and stuff like that? So all these articles are in here, and over time, and there's even a defensive schedule. So all the articles will be under the football tab, and then once I did the initial outlooks, then I started to work on the projections, and they will change over time. So I've been updating once a week on Mondays, that get sent out on Tuesdays. And, I try to wait till the end of the day on Monday, because I don't want to do them during the day, and there's some injuries and I have to go back and overhaul it. In addition, I added a cheat sheet in here for somebody that was want to draft, and, there's 4 different formats in there. I pushed over a tab where the fantasy article series I did on fantasy points for fantasy football is all under one thing. And then for anything for Underdog or even DraftKings could go under this. It says Underdog for now, but I've been doing there's a best ball cheat sheet that was pretty intriguing to help people at least have the information tied to the players. Talk about the best ball quarterback debate. Do you want to have 2 or 3, and you can kind of figure out what's happened in the past. I added the same thing, the tight end debate right over here as a secondary. The schedule is really relevant for that. And I did a prop article, and, there's in some different art, even the videos over here. So, and this video in particular was talking about the daily games, and then any videos that I have done, I've put under his own tab at East Coast. So that's what you're kind of getting behind there. In addition to that, I kind of separated as I was writing the players on my articles. I'll push them to this notes thing, which is more of a feed to Substract, where it might pick up some people, eyeballs, and where they can lead to your site and potentially be subscribers. But as I was doing each player, at the front of this is all the articles. Been I did all the defense and I pushed them there. But as I was doing each team, I put 10 or 15 players here, kind of like a news feed. So if I was working one day and there was no content, you could potentially see that I'm posting, every 20 minutes or half an hour a player, and I would post, maybe 12 to 15 pieces to a team to help me. I can add, then ultimately slip those into an article, or where people can click on a player itself rather than a whole article. So like in this case, I think for some reason I didn't write about George Kittle. I click on him, it shows in white, which is now almost on like an email form, but it just gives his outlook and stuff like that. And you can, like it, make a comment, retweet, or not restack, they call it restack or whatever. But if I go back to the notes, I'll go to my own flow of notes, but I'd rather go to the notes within the thing. So that's what I'm kind of going on. And I'm going to post this video under the About tab, so people that are kind of new and they come to it. But in addition, I wanted the people that are, if they're getting the information emailed to me, I want them to get to the site and use it more efficiently. And if you have any comments or something else that you would like, feel free to add to this video at the bottom. Once it gets posted, it'll get posted to the notes thing, and it'll be in the About column. So appreciate time. Football season is moving fast, and we will be drafting teams, and week 1 of the season is right around the corner, and then we can see if we really have a good opinion or we don't. So good luck to all, and thanks for your time.